Welcome to the SoberQ podcast.
Hi, my name's Neil. I'm an alcoholic, member of the Clovelly Beginners Group on a Friday night in Sydney. Sobriety date is the 31st of August 1997, which is 23 and a half years sober, with the grace of God. Now, today's reading that I was given through David and Chris is amends we can't or shouldn't make. I'm just going to use some points. For one, I find that some that I shouldn't make is examples are if I'm unburdening my guilt, it'll be most likely going to cause more harm. And for, of course, for those, except those others be injured. So it says that, I've got to be very careful after I've made my list and I go via my sponsor. And it says that a good judgment will suggest that we ought to take our time. While I might be quite willing to make these amends, and it may reveal the very worst, I must be sure to remember that I cannot buy my own expense, my own peace of mind at the expense of others. For example, a woman might have cheated on her husband, or a man might have cheated on his wife. Does he go out and say, look, I've done this, and while he's willing, or we are willing to clean up the past, that could cause further damage. And obviously, no amends sometimes is needed, where I can go back and I've said sorry that many times, and it's caused a lot of harm in that person's life. Also, another example is, I lay this before my sponsor or spiritual advisor. It says, are we going to be so rigidly righteous about making amends that we don't care what happens to our family and home? So I could be stolen from my employer and go out and lead with the chin, and I could damage my career and be in a position where I can't provide for my family. And that would be another good example. And also, distance is just leaving and letting go and just moving on with your life, because it's been so gravely affected in that person's life that they do not want to hear from you again. I do have seen examples where the grace of God later on, where people, the Spirit of God is really, it's been that timing where there's been great examples of amends being made where they thought that where they break it up and you do your 1s, 2s and 3s and you put these in orders where you can go out and make that direct amend to your family. Well, they call them the easy ones. 2 is maybe, and 3 is, I never want to make that amend. And I've seen all 3 being made. But in some examples where there's a graveside amend, you can write a letter or donate to a charity. So there's other ways of making amends without causing further injury. And that's been my experience. Thank you.
If you would like to share your experience on a recovery question, visit the SoberQ podcast website at soberq.com. Thanks for listening.